So you're trying to get to your first thou wow, your first thousand. That's crazy. Trying to get to your first thousand in the bank, first thousand in savings. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking like, who this guy think he is sitting up there talking about gotta put 1,000 in savings to sit up there and set that aside, right? Like that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. $1,000 is a lot of money relative to this point right here. Most Americans in this country do not have $1,000 set aside for emergencies. That's just a fact. But y'all tapped in with the head of the game. Let's get right into it. So originally I was gonna make a video of how to get to your first 10,000, right? And I had to stop myself because I really sat up there and thought like, dang, have I actually ever built up $10,000 cold hard cash from hard work, all expenses paid? Truth be told, I have not got there. But the milestone I did get to is obviously with this video title, how to get to your first $1,000 and keep it there, right? We ain't talking about, oh, I just got paid Friday. Yeah, here's my $1,000, mission complete. You know that money got a whole bunch of names on it. And I'm not talking about the presidents that's on it. You know what I'm getting at. You gotta pay this bill, that bill, light bill, phone bill, internet, car note, car insurance, mortgage, rent, clothes, food, gas. That's what I mean by your money, your paycheck got a whole bunch of names on it. So truth be told, it's not even your money. So why are you sitting up there flexing? Talking about I make this much, I do this, right? But when it's all said and done and you lay your head back on that pillow, well, what you going to sleep and what you waking up with? Feel me? Now this ain't no attack on anybody because we all got our circumstances that got our money tight. So this is what this video here about, man. Now this is all generalization. Do what you will with it. Not a financial advisor. Feel me? You gotta go to a professional to work out your specific situation. But all these points I got for y'all are all general statements that I feel like that can help most, if not everybody, depending on the situation you're in, right? So let's get all the basics out the way. Human necessities to be able to operate and function in this society as an adult, right? And this is the quote unquote on your business or got your stuff together. So you got a car, crib, job. That's the basic necessities as far as living out here in America, right? So check this out. 1 second. Okay, I'm not sure if y'all seen that stuff up there. It was bothering me. But that aside, man, we're going to keep this video going. So basic human necessities as an adult, you already got that established. Boom. So with that situation being said, that's probably going to be the most expensive way to be able to live and function out of here because if you're not dependent on nobody and self-efficient, therefore, you're doing it at the highest level. So go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back. Round of applause, everybody. Handling your business, okay? All right, so depending on inner city, outer city, 1,200, 1,500, 900, whatever your rent is or whatever your expenses is in comparison to your occupation. This right here is how you get to your first 1,000 on a 100% level. Not none of this gaslighting stuff up like that, right? But check this out. And what I might do, you feel me, maybe somewhere down the way, I'm gonna show a video, me showing the $1,000 in the camera, you feel me? But all jokes aside, y'all, look, so The main thing is understanding your income and your expenses is going to determine your outcome. And incrementally, every month, you should be going into the following month with your net worth being higher than it was the previous month, right? Now, am I going to sit up there and tell y'all to run a tight budget? Not right off the bat. You shouldn't be riding a tight budget right off the bat. And I'm going to tell you why. To go from no budget to every cent dollar being calculated and analyzed, that's gonna be overwhelming. Just cold turkey, like, all right, I'm gonna go from no budget to a budget. Tracking every dollar, this subscription, that subscription. Look, we all spend money, we all got our vices and impulsive, behaviors when it comes down to what we feel like stimulate our mind. You feel me? Because we gotta work for something, you feel me? We gotta work for something. We gotta work for that getaway. That getaway, and you get what I'm saying. So, with that being said, once you have established that, hey, you have probably a money problem or you always burning a hole in your pocket, there's this technique that I discovered last year called the money cuffs. What are the money cuffs? The money cuffs is really just what it says. You clink, clink, you're putting your money in jail. You feel me? A proverbial jail, not actual jail, okay? You're putting your money away. What does that mean? For most, we all get direct deposit. At this point, I don't really see anybody getting paper checks. So rather you gotta go to the ATM or you go to the bank, all expenses paid, you're gonna take whatever you got left, right? And you're gonna take it off your card. You're gonna take it off. Right at $200, $300, $400, $500, $50, whatever it is, take it out, take it home. And what you're gonna do is, right, and this is how I know people could be able to pull this off. Because if everybody's paycheck to paycheck, well, for the most part, a good part of this society is paycheck to paycheck. That means our greatest weakness can now become our greatest strength. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that we're always used to living on the edge, right? So, for instance, you got $300. I feel like it takes a regular adult, depending on the commute and what you like to eat, so on and so forth. At the most, give yourself a $50 allowance. Gas, food, you don't need nothing else. You already paid everything. Phone bill, light bill, all them. You already got that down pat, right? Take $50, boom. Go outside, go to work, get something to eat, gas your vehicle up, head back to the crib. How much you got left? Out of $300, if you took $50, it's a simple math problem. That's right, you got $250 left. You got $250 left at the crib. Why you got that? Is because you wasn't out and about on your phone, on Amazon, getting this, getting that, living above your means, right? Now, I get it sounds silly, but I'm gonna tell you what it did for me. It's not really the money you putting away that's important, contrary to what this video is about. That's important. I'm not downplaying that, but the most important thing is the exercise of training your mind of not allowing yourself as much access as you would like to have to what belongs to you, right? Because think about it like this. If sometimes we could be our greatest friend ourselves, but in the same breath, we can be our greatest foe. If I'm sitting up there talking about trying to have better financial skills, or whatever you're trying to sit up there and put away, right? Or a habit you're trying to set aside because you want to improve your life. You have to show some level of self-control. You got to. You can't give in, right? Are we going to fall short? Are we gonna sit up there and spend a little bit more? And is this idea possibly gonna work for some people? I don't know. I mean, you don't know unless you try. I mean, you watching this video, so obviously whatever you're doing ain't been working all the way up to this point. So here's the thing I want to sit up there and tell y'all, right? Is that despite the fact that you setting your money aside, you begin to realize that as time moves forward, all right, y'all. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The main thing I'm trying to get to y'all is that we got to start practicing self-control. Because anything that we want to eventually get better at, we have to do the habits in practice in order to be able to get closer to that stage. So having $1,000, I mean, on paper isn't a lot of money, but living paycheck to paycheck is sometimes circumstance, and sometimes it's a choice as well. So I don't know, y'all. I mean, this will help me out a lot. I only can tell you what helped me. I ain't go to no financial coach. I just did my research, but all in all, it's just a 1-2 factor. You want your situation to get better or not? That's as simple as this video come down to. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Comment, like, subscribe. More videos on the way. I'm gone.